Hey guys, right now I am just outside of Yakima at the Uplands Trail for the Cowichan Canyon Conservancy, and today we're going to be talking about some ecosystems that are around us. And what's really cool is that if you look, it just kind of looks like sageland, like there's not much here, but there's more to it than meets the eye. Just check it out. If you notice, if you're looking really closely, you'll find way more things. There are flowers that are blooming. There's grass around here that you would find just in your normal yard. And that's not something you would usually think that you would find as you hike along a trail. But there is stuff around here, and all of it is working together to create an ecosystem. The first thing that you're going to notice is the big leaf sage. Those are all over in the canyon. On top of that is the lichen. That's that yellow and orange stuff. And down below, you're going to be seeing plants like grass and flowers all thriving underneath the sage. And even on the rocks, you're going to find lichen. It looks like paint splatters, but it's not really. That's a living thing that's growing and thriving on top of the rocks inside of the canyon ecosystem. And if you look around here, there's more ecosystems than just the one that we're standing in right now. So I'm going to go down and we're going to look at one that's just down below the ridge that we'll look at and see what else we can find. Hey, so as we're walking, we're going to be noticing things about this ecosystem. First, we're hiking in an ecosystem, which means that we have to be respectful of that ecosystem. So as you saw behind me just now, there was a sign that said some things that we should or shouldn't do on a trail. One of those things is staying on the trail. There are little flowers everywhere. There's animals that are trying to live and grow in here, especially in the springtime when everything's coming back to life. Staying on the trail is a good idea because that is what makes it available for everyone, not just us. Here's what we've been hiking through so far, but we're gonna go down that trail all the way down to that little clump of plants right down there. And if you look, they look really close together and they are a different color and they look like they're a different type of plant. We're gonna go check out that ecosystem. Hey guys, so we're still in Cowichan Canyon, but we're in a different ecosystem. And one of the biggest differences between where we just were and where we are now, other than the altitude or the difference in the height, is water. And a couple things to notice about being in an ecosystem that has water right here. First, all of the plants are much bigger than they were where we just were. And the second thing is they all really like to get as close to the water as possible. When you start seeing plants that are close together and big like they are around us right now, that's usually a sign that there's going to be water around you somewhere. In the canyon, you're going to see rocks just like you're seeing right now. And if you look really closely, there's plants on top of those rocks. And they're able to survive and even thrive there because of the water that is existing down below. One of the things to remember when you are hiking is that you'll probably have food on the trail, just like I did, because we're stopping because we just hiked back up to the other ecosystem. Make sure that whatever you're carrying your stuff in, the plastic, anything that you're carrying your food in, that you pack it back out when you are done hiking through here. Because if you're leaving garbage, if you're leaving trash, that also affects the ecosystem. And animals aren't used to having garbage, having plastics around, and it can hurt them as well as the plants around them. So make sure that you're being a respectful hiker and a respectful scientist when you're walking through ecosystems, and make sure you leave no trace. As we pause to just take a look at this bird in this ecosystem, that reminds me that there's other kinds of ecosystems too, like the one that you could even find in your own home. The first thing you might notice about my home ecosystem are these little spike balls. You'll see them everywhere. I have a gum tree, and these are actually the seeds of the gum tree, and they're pretty ingenious. If you look, they're really, really spiked, and that's cool when you're a plant, not so much when you're the person trying to get them out of your yard. However, they're pretty cool when you think about it as a plant, because they actually will fall from the tree and then kind of plant themselves inside of the dirt and then hold themselves there until a new seed can grow. So as much as I don't like them as the person trying to keep my yard clean, as a person that loves plants, that's pretty cool. The other thing that we also have some other plants, because it's springtime, we have some plants that are starting to bloom and grow, which is really cool. If you have any kind of plants around your neighborhood, around your yard, take a look at them. See if you can find any plants that are starting to bloom, starting to grow, starting to have new growth. Just like if you look up at this plant, it looks kind of dead, right? Except for when I get a little closer, you can see that I have new growth right there. And it's not quite blooming yet, but it's going to have these big, beautiful flowers. And all of these plants work together. Sometimes they actually work against each other. Some plants will actually poison the soil around them so that they cannot have anything else grow around them. Fortunately for us, most of our plants, they like to work together. And so we have a lot of plants that will bloom, grow, and help each other out. Don't forget that ecosystems can be anywhere. And they can be plants, animals, it can be the rocks as well. And you as a person living in your home, if you're talking about your home ecosystem, you're a part of it. Your cat, your dog, your mouse, whoever you have around you, that is part of the ecosystem. And what you do affects that ecosystem. So as you're going throughout your day, think about what's around you. How do you affect the ecosystem around you? And what do you see in that ecosystem? Check it out and let me know.